What is the world's biggest issue? Is it plastic pollution? Is it poaching? Is it global warming? Is it climate change? Well, actually, it's all of them. Our world is a fragile place. Its vast oceans are filled with plastic. Its majestic wildlife is being slaughtered. Its breathtaking forests and frozen lands are slowly disappearing. And it's all because of us. Humans make up only 0.01% of life on Earth, and yet we are the ones causing the most damage. More animals are being killed than born into the wild. 12.7 million tons of plastic enter our oceans each year. Not only are we killing our planet, but we are also killing ourselves.
I think one of the biggest world issues at the moment is people being careless and not thinking about what they're doing when they're doing it.
Probably us as humans trying to destroy ourselves in one way or another.
Continuously killing vulnerable animals for unnecessary reasons, and it's just disgusting the way they treat them.
Deforestation,
World hunger,
global warming, Brexit, and it's taking all the issues away from climate change.
Definitely climate change, it's in the minds of all the young people at the moment.
climate change.
I would have to say climate change because it doesn't matter what other issue you're looking at, we're all going to be dead if the climate isn't fixed, so.
I think one of the world's biggest issues at the moment is the desensitisation of the world. We see signs of tragedy and destruction every day and hardly bat an eyelid.
The biggest world issue at the minute is people complaining about the state of the world and yet not actually doing anything about it.
My opinion over global warming is that it's underrated.
Global warming is a topic that people should take more seriously.
People just think half of it's just not real and they don't take it that seriously, and it can affect a lot of us.
All of this with the global warming, and that a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax.
It's becoming to the point where it's too late. We only have 12 to 10 years to save the planet, and people aren't realising how serious it is.
No one older seems to get the idea that it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue and it's not being sorted quick enough. Everyone seems to think we're on top of it, but we're really not.
It just shows complete lack of intelligence and complete ignorance from the human race.
Global warming is a battle against the planet and the greed of mankind.
I'd say it's our fault. We're trying to solve the problems, but everything's our fault and we can't seem to find a solution. It's just getting worse.
I try not to think about it too much because it's not great, but I wish that there was something we could do to prevent it.
We really need to clean up after ourselves because so many people are going to have to suffer after we're gone.
Plastics have their place.
We should cut down on the amount of plastic we use.
Only plastic that we need should be produced, not unneeded plastic.
I feel like we should reduce it and find other materials to use.
I think we should reduce the scale of how much we use plastic until it's eventually biodegradable.
I think we could still use plastics if they were biodegradable, made from sustainable things like hemp.
I don't think that we should be producing plastic in the massive amounts that we do.
There are so many different ways of doing it and so many companies that have become zero plastic with packaging and things like that, so there's definitely alternatives.
Where alternatives can be used, I would definitely encourage doing that, and a lot of companies are starting to do that, which is good, but I think every company in the world at this point needs to jump on the bandwagon and do the same.
I think killing for sport is just disgusting.
Horrendous.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting.
To keep it simple, I just think that it's sickening.
How has humanity got to such a point where killing things is what we do for fun? Like, haven't we progressed since then?
They deserve a life. We're animals as well, but because we can like talk and stuff, we think we're better than any other animal like on the planet, which is not true.
How would you like it if we were in that situation?
It's horrible and it should be stopped.
Even though they say it's a tradition, I still think it's wrong because that animal's grown up thinking it's going to have a natural life but dies in an unnatural way.
It's more the pointless killing for no other reason than to see it dead.
We are not very controlling over it, and I think young people in different worlds like countries and cultures like Africa to get a bit carried away, and now this is why all these animals are becoming endangered and will eventually become extinct.
So personally, I recycle. I'm a vegetarian.
I have worked in a charity shop and I always help to recycle whenever I can.
I work at the Red Cross.
Fund for charities.
I donate to quite a few charities in the past.
If I can, I will walk most places.
I do everything I can, so I always bring some bags when I go shopping, I recycle.
I do as much as I can personally by recycling and picking up litter whenever I see it out on the streets.
When I went on holiday last year, I saw loads of plastic on the floor, so I picked it all up, and there was so much, and I couldn't pick it all up, so I felt bad, and that's a way I could help the environment by picking up litter if I saw it.
Although I'm legally of age to start driving and get my licence, I still take public transport.
Telling my friends what they can do as well, because a lot of them aren't really sure how they can help.
I also help educate my friends on this sort of on this issue, where they may not know as much as they should.
One of my biggest fears is major natural disasters. They just scare the life out of me, and the movie The Impossible really got me worried about global warming because it increases the likelihood of these events happening.
A film that shows this issue is Aquaman, because they throw all the rubbish out of the sea and monsoon onto all the beaches and show us that this is a real problem.
For a century, they have polluted our waters and poisoned our children. And now the skies burn and our oceans boil.
When it comes to films and plastic and all that, I feel like as kids don't realise how we're introduced to the negativity of plastic to the world. So for instance, Disney have done some films that we don't realise it's about plastic. For instance, WALL-E. WALL-E is all about a little robot that comes into this whole plastic world and it's all destroyed and everything due to us.
In Finding Nemo, there's a lot of plastic bags, and then there's the goggles that Dory gets caught in.
You won't have any more problems from here on out.
No respect for ocean life.
Now what?
I suppose all kind of films where there's some kind of apocalypse, like Avatar, when they have to leave their planet because they've destroyed it and find another one.
So a lot of documentaries I find very interesting on this topic.
David Attenborough documentaries.
Not only do they deal with topics like climate change, but it also highlights how beautiful and majestic animals are and the effect that it's not just having on us, but it's having on them as well.
Plastic has become an integral part of our daily lives, but every year some 8 million tons of it ends up in the ocean.
It's technically not a world issue film, but in the Avengers at the very beginning, Tony Stark is working on a clean energy project.
Stark Tower is about to become a beacon of self-sustaining clean energy.
And also in Infinity War, the bad guy of the film was trying to reduce the population of every planet to stop from overpopulation, which I think is the main cause of world issues.
This universe is finite, its resource is finite. If life is left unchecked, life will cease to exist.
If I could change one thing about the world, I'd like to change people's attitudes.
I'd change how ignorant people are.
I'd go back in time and cancel the Industrial Revolution. Just let's not make that a thing.
go back to like the beginning and like change everyone's views on how they should be looking after our planet.
Reverse climate change and pollution.
I would probably change the environment so we fix most of the damage we've done so we could have more time.
Human nature to always want more.
People's minds and how people see the problems in the world today.
I would improve people's motivations to make a positive change on the world.
We're sitting there, we're saying, oh, this is terrible, we're not doing anything about it, and that's what we need to do.
If I had any power, I would probably give those people, or those people who've done those human activities, those disastrous human activities, the same treatment. So they then feel in reality what it's like in vulnerable animals' eyes.
Are we just going to ignore what we are doing? Or are we going to take control and be responsible for our actions? It's no good expecting someone else to do it. We must do it for ourselves. Before it's too late.